I appear to be live streaming now. Okay, I can see myself. This is going to be very disorganized. Whoops. I do not know what I'm doing. Oh, there we go. How do I share the... What? Oh. Sorry guys, I don't know what I'm doing. Oops. Wow, I have 9 viewers. All right. I guess I'm just gonna pretend like I know what I'm doing. The only thing I don't know how to do is get a link to this so that I can... Oh, I guess I'm streaming the stream window. Why is there no like link or something? Oh, here we go. Share. Copy. All right, I'm just gonna paste this. Okay. I am streaming some game dev. No. Okay. Close that. All right. I'll have to learn how to start a stream in a less confusing way. And I messed up my doc, so I don't know how to see the people that are currently there we go. Okay, well I have something here. I'm gonna start. I'm just a little bit annoyed that I can't see the chat. Oh, if I press that, is opening it there. Maybe if I put that on the side. Pop out chat. All right. I can kind of see the chat. Okay, this is good enough for now. Okay, so I guess I should talk about what I'm doing. Well, one thing, I'm trying to get comfortable with live streaming. I do actually want to try to... hold on, I'm going to adjust my face. Because I like making video... Oh, the camera's there. I like making videos, but I don't have any time to like edit them or anything. So I really do think live streaming is the best. What happened when I tried it last time, which was like 2 years ago, sadly, I think I just got too... I don't know, like I just felt too much like pressure having people watch me. You know, it like sort of adds to the pressure. But in those 2 years, I think I've kind of recovered a bit. You know, I've gone to therapy all that time, and I'm more comfortable living in this country. So I think, I don't know, I'm just gonna try it. We're gonna give it another shot. I'm gonna try to keep it really like relaxed, really low key, and try to make it a habit to stream a few times a week, trying to make a game. I'm a little bit annoyed that my camera is on this way, but I have to turn away from the microphone to look at the camera. So I don't, I'll just kind of like do this while I look at the camera. Oh no, I lost the chat. Next time I'll have to come up with a. Where did it go? Oh, thanks. Yeah, I don't know. I made a pop-out window, but it disappeared. I would really like to be able to see the chat on this other. I don't know. I'm gonna try that. So yeah, I'm giving it another shot this time. Like I said in the other video, I have a coach who is like actively trying to help me work out like how to do this at the same time as working. So this is kind of an attempt. And I didn't mention in the other video that I was actually gonna do live streaming because I wasn't initially planning to. But every time I make a video, I don't know, I get sort of excited and then I want to make more videos. So those are some reasons why. And then the other thing I want to mention is that I'm not actually making the project that I talked about in the video. That project is kind of impossible to live stream because it's very story based. So most of the work would just be writing, which would be it's not really even possible to live stream that because then that would be giving the story away. So what I'm actually doing is I had some. I played the game Animal Well over the weekend. It's a very very cool game. If you haven't played it, I mean I'm not making a game like Animal Well, but I don't know. I just sort of felt inspired by it. And I was watching an interview with the developer of that game. And I don't know, there was one, his name's Billy Basso, I think. He's a very, very cool guy. And there was one quote he said that, I don't know, when he said it, it just kind of like smacked me in the face and maybe like just kind of hit me with some inspiration. And I mean, all he said was, I think they asked him like what genre is Animal Well, and he said that he thought genres are stupid, and I guess that made me think like outside the box a little, and it made me realize that I actually really want to make metroidvania. It's probably always kind of been my favorite genre. And I don't know why I never directly thought of it before, but I would like to make. I think the Metroidvania formula would actually work really well with Glitch Strikers. The version of the game that I showed in the trailer, like the most recent trailer, which was not very recent. But I think Metroidvania would actually work really well. Like when we were always working on the game, I was always kind of like doing it sort of like Mario style, so that it's like you beat one level, you go to the next level, like separate levels. But I don't actually find that I don't find that very exciting. I kind of like in games where the levels are connected, where like there's no like beginning or end to the levels. You know, like it's just one big level, and when you go to a certain area, you're in like a different biome or something. So I kind of decided to like basically use all the ideas I had before and just kind of put them into a Metroidvania style game instead of a level beating. I don't know what that genre is called, where it's different levels. So that's kind of what I'm. Let me read the comments real quick. Make sure like. Let's see. So that was fine. No drop in volume. Okay. Yep, I am also hoping to remain passionate. The nostalgia is real. I'm still so surprised how much people liked the Let's Plays I did. I had no idea how much people liked those at the time I was making them. I kind of just like did them, and I don't know. I didn't do a good job of preserving them or anything. I feel a little bit bad about that. But anyway, we can make new content. So but yeah, that's like a basic explanation of the plan. Yeah, someone says very, very ambitious. So another reason I didn't want to do a Metroidvania before is because yeah, it's like a big it's a big game. It's like harder to make a Metroidvania because everything's connected. You know, it's not like separate levels and stuff. But what I kind of realized is that I don't actually care about. Well, okay, I shouldn't lie. I lie to myself a lot. I'm trying not to lie to myself. Um, I'll say it like this: I care more about enjoying the process of making the game than I care about finishing it. And that's kind of the most important part for me now, is just enjoy the process, try to take it easy, try and be relaxed. And I think that's the only way I can actually maintain working on the project. So a lot of people give advice, don't make a big game. I didn't follow that advice. With my first game was Super Mario Crossover. That's a really big game for someone that never made games, and when tools were way worse back then, like there was no game engine that I could use. I just used a framework to make it. So I've never really followed the advice of like make small games because I don't get excited about small games. I made one small game. There was one. Well, I was struggling like financially for a long time. Um, Sort of like in between the time that like the Kickstarter project was like failing, and then in between that time and before I eventually moved to the Philippines. I was struggling financially, so I was trying all kinds of different stuff, and I was doing some like different forms of game contract work. I was working for this like small independent studio called J Force Games at one point. I think I did that for like a few months as a contractor, and then I think after that I worked for another contractor to make the only like small game I completed was for this other contractor, where I made a small game called Rocket Wars. I don't know if it's still on the App Store. I think we released it for both iOS and Android. It was like why am I not using the screen? Let's see if we can find I bet you we won't be able to find it. I searched Rocket Wars. Yeah, there's no even video for it. I don't know if I say iOS. No. There's another game called Rocket War. And it was just like that arcade game where you shoot the asteroids. There's like incoming asteroids, and no, not. It's not asteroids. Missile Command. It's called Missile Command. Here, let's just for fun. Also, can you guys let me know? My screen is tinted yellow for, like to protect my eyes. Just tell me that it's not tinted yellow for you. I just want to make sure. Anyway, let's just look at Missile Command for fun. So I made a game that was like almost exactly like this. The missiles were moving a lot faster. I wonder if you can hear that. Actually, I should put my headphones in. I don't know if there's any audio. Oh, I don't hear anything. But yeah, so the only small game I ever made was basically a clone of this. Oh, there's a little bit of sound. It was kind of fun. I don't know if that's too loud. Turn it down. The only like thing about working on this is that it showed me that I knew how to make, like if I needed to, I knew how to make a complete small game and how to release it. So it gave me some confidence as a developer. But I don't get excited about making small games like this. They're good for learning, I guess. A lot of people do game jams for learning. To be honest, I'm like terrified. I'm like terrified of doing a game jam because man, I don't know what to do with my headphones. Hold on, I have to get my setup is so it. Oh, there's people talking. Oh, there was no sound for you. Oh yeah, okay. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah. A lot of people do game jams to learn stuff, but they just seem like so stressful to me. Like especially that like there's a time limit, and I don't know. I never tried one just because they all seem too stressful. But I know a lot of people really like game jams, and tons of people host their own game jams. I've met some people here that have done some game jams, and that's how they met each other. I think they're a good way of meeting people, probably. All right, I'm gonna catch up on the comments. Thank you. He said the Let's Plays were legendary. Okay, cool. Color's good. Even power up. Oh, yeah. I don't know that well which order games came out. If oh, they're stressful. That's why they work. Oh, because it. Oh, that's a good point. So the stress of the game jam, like, forces you to just like focus and finish the game. They're probably better if you're younger. I don't know, being an adult with like tons of responsibility and working. Like the idea of like losing an entire weekend or something to making a game. I don't know. It just it just seems so stressful to me. But I was almost gonna do it though. There was a team here that invited me to do one, and then they like canceled it, and they said actually we're not inviting you, so then I didn't do it. Good point though. All right. I guess I I'm gonna stop talking and gonna start developing. I think it's 9:15 for me, so maybe I'll do 45 more minutes. So I will be using Bevy. I mean, I talked about the engine like 2 years ago. It's progressed a lot, but unfortunately it's still, I don't know, here's the webpage. It unfortunately still doesn't have an editor, but I'm not really gonna let that bother me. I'm going to be heavily using another tool that I've never used before. I'm sure people are familiar with this one, LDTK. I've watched like a few videos about it, and it's like has tons of features. So I'm actually planning on, using this. Not as a full editor, obviously, but I'm gonna be like heavily leveraging all the features that this thing has to do as much as I can to like, it's a level editor, but I'm not, I have to get more familiar with its features, but I will be like heavily leveraging this and all of its features. But yeah, I'm gonna get started. I think I believe Bevy has a 2D template or something like that. I don't know which one. Hold on, I think I'm gonna. I think it's under ecosystem. I'm just scanning this thread because it has like the popular. There, this must be it. Bevy new 2D community driven template. All right, let's try this. I don't know anything about this template, so I'm gonna. Oh, there's a video about it. Wow. Let's check it out.
Bevy Game Jam number 5 is starting in about 2 days, and if you want to join and participate, you've come to the right place. Of course, the point of this jam is to make a game using the Bevy game engine, which is a game engine built in Rust that heavily uses ECS, or the entities, so you get a start link right on the jam page that'll get you introduced to some of the concepts. And that brings us to the focus of this video: how do you get started with a new Bevy game for the Game Jam? And I think there's approximately 4 different approaches right now. 3 of them involve using some kind of template, and 1 is just you're going to go do your own thing no matter what. Game Jam templates serve a variety of different purposes. They're for a variety of different things. The most important for the Game Jam is going to be building and deploying to Wasm on itch.io. So if we scroll back up, you can see that this is on itch.io. If you plan to have people play your game, more people will play your game if it's runnable in the browser.
Don't care about that.
This is the number one thing if you're going to use a template that the template should have. So we can start off with the Jam's first suggestion, which for Bevy Game Jam 5 is going to be the Bevy GitHub CI template. This is the most bare bones template that you'll find. I would use this template if, say, all I wanted was CI workflows.
Wait, hold on. What was this one called? Bevy new 2D. Made a video on how to use this template. I'm not finding this video of that. Let's see, third party.
That said, if you're looking for something that uses more third-party dependencies, there are a number of different options. Here's one, it's Bevy Game Template. This one also has a great README that explains what it does, etc., so we won't be going over it. And if you look at the dependencies, you can see that we've got Bevy Kira Audio, Bevy Asset Loader, and a couple more third-party dependencies that are useful to have. A lot of these templates also have different distribution profiles for dev, for release, for faster builds, etc. To itch. So that brings us to Bevy Quick Start. Let's get started with a new game.
I'm very confused because this this video doesn't seem to be talking about this repository, so I don't understand why it's linked. I'm just gonna read the documentation. Install cargo generate. Get over. Okay, I'm just gonna do that. I don't have cargo generate, so I'm going to install that. Okay. Try not to show stuff from work. Whoops. Okay. This is called Warp. It's actually a really cool command line tool. All right, so I'm installing cargo generate. Let me see what people are saying. Happy New Year. Things are going pretty good. I think I'm looking forward to this year and trying to my goal for this year is to sort of be like more conscious about how I spend my time and like kind of choose, I don't know, be more in control of how I live my life, because I would say the last like 2 years I've just been kind of working and trying to survive, learning Spanish and stuff. I would say it's sort of like in recovery mode, and I think this year I want to get back into doing stuff like this, doing projects that I actually care about, like getting back into actually creating something. That's kind of what I want for this year. What's the benefit? Also, my voice is kind of going. I was really sick last week, so I'm not fully recovered. So I apologize if my voice is a little raspy. What's the benefit of that level editor over things in engine? Well, the level editor is a visual way to create levels. Like imagine trying to create levels with code. I mean, that would be extremely difficult. I mean, I'm going to create the levels in a level editor and then import them into the engine. When I originally made Super Mario Crossover, I wrote my own level editor. So this is, I mean, it's just way easier to use an already existing tool. And I've heard that tool is really good. So it just saves a lot of time, and it's good to leverage tools that exist to make life easier. What do I think about creating mods? I don't like talking with my headphones on for some reason. What do I think about creating mods for existing games for some game dev experience? I think that's a great idea. There's some games that are really awesome that were originally mods, like the Stanley Parable was originally a mod. There's this other really cool game called The Forgotten City that was originally a mod. Yeah, it's a really good way to start. I've never done it, but yeah, it's great. Oh, Black's cover about the like editor. The issue is that Bevy is new. It's a very new engine, so it doesn't have an editor. So yeah, there is no editor, so I have to use other tools instead. And like the Godot has the tile mapping as part of the editor. But yeah, I guess that means that Godot also has tile mapping built into that engine. Bevy is very like modular, so it doesn't have like tile mapping built in. But there's like third-party crates in Rust. They're called crates that provide all kinds of different functionality, like importing LDTK and tile maps. Yeah, that's right. Undertale was originally a mod for Earthbound. Yeah, so it's really a really good way to start. I've never done it, but yeah. Okay. What the hell is cargo bin stall? I don't even know what that is. Okay, so I followed the first step. Cargo generate. That's going. I'm guessing that's the name. I think I'm supposed to run that command in the directory. Let's see. Personal. Let's see if I run that command here. Favorite. Oh. Oh, it has a little. Oops. Glitch strikers. Itch.io. I don't care. Cargo update. What? Yes. What is happening? Oh, okay. All right, let's take a look at the project we just created. Okay. Let's see what's in here. I don't know if I should have done I don't know if I should have used this tool because it also has like web stuff that I don't really want to use. Let's see. The best way to get started is to play around with what you find in source demo. High level way to load collections of asset marker components. Dev tools for dev build. I'm gonna run it and see what happens. I'm a little worried this template is like overcomplicating things. But I haven't used Bevy in so long that I like forgot everything. So I thought using a template would probably be a good idea. Dev tools. Let's see here. I guess this is a pattern to name a function plugin. Wow, this has a lot of stuff in it. Oh man, I have to do everything from scratch in Bevy. Just gonna see what people are saying about this template. Oh, Bevy Quick Start was the old name of it. I guess that video was about this template then. I think I am gonna watch that video then, because I have to wait for it to compile anyway.
So for Bevy Quick Start, the first thing we're going to do is make sure that we have cargo generate installed. This is as easy as running cargo install cargo generate.
This is actually
or
what I just
if you
did.
want to install it,
I guess this was the right video.
Some three here, cargo generate, because
all right.
Mine is Chris Biscardi. If you have an account on itch.game and some 5 demo, so we'll go to Bevy Jam 5 there. Next up, we need to create a new repository on GitHub because all of the scripts for deploying to itch.io are GitHub action scripts. Look at this. Now, if we click on actions, we'll see that there's already an action running. That's this action that we're looking at here.
What?
It runs cargo test. It runs cargo
Holy
clippy.
Shit. It comes with GitHub actions. Whoa. Damn. Whoa. Okay. This template's cool. All right. I'm glad. I'm glad I use this template now. Upload to GitHub. Damn, this is like, this has a lot of stuff in it. All right, I'm going to see what he says about these actions.
Cargo format. So format just completed. We can see setup, check out repository, installed the Rust toolchain. There's some caching in these, then ran cargo format as a check. And these will all pass by default. So the action that's happening right now lives in .github/workflows in your repository, and it's called ci.yaml. We're not going to go over everything in this. Just know that it runs cargo test, it runs cargo clippy, it runs the things that we were just talking about. There's some caching involved, and so on and so forth. This runs every time you push to main. So every time you push up, this will run. There is a second action in here that will only run when we git tag, which we'll get to in a second. So back over on itch.io, we're going to have to create a project for Bevy Jam 5 demo or whatever you named your project game for it to run. So when you did the cargo generate, you did get some docs directory here.
Man.
And with that secret,
open source is so fucking cool. The stuff that people make, I don't know how people
have to run our build at least once. So to do that and to get a release, we're going to do a git tag, and I'm going to say 001, the V run. So I'll do git tag v001, and then I'll do a git push.
So this is the release workflow.
That tag will go up to GitHub. And if we go over to our actions, we'll see that the commit that we pushed is now running a new action. This one is called CI. And because we tagged the same commit, it has the same name. If we click into that, we can see that there's a number of different actions running. In this case, it's getting the version.
All right, let's check the code over
see an exit button. So let's start taking a look at what is actually in the template that you just got. If you take a look at the file structure here, you'll see that there's a .cargo up here. This is some linker settings and whatever that you can enable for
linker settings. Got his man, they do all this stuff. I don't think I'm going to worry about that now, but that'll save me time later, but I don't want to. It's too boring, I think, to do on stream.
For dynamic builds, there's an editor config for configuring, VS Code and other editors. There's a README, which has a bunch of config for things and whatever that you can enable for dynamic builds. There's an edit.
I don't. Let me see here. Bevy code snippets. Damn. I don't use VS Code, but that's still really cool. I guess I'll just leave it there.
Editor config for configuring, VS Code and other editors. There's a README, which has a bunch of more useful links as well. I'll open a markdown preview of that README so we can read it a little bit better. And we've basically gone through everything except for the game code. So there's a couple of directories here. Docs is really useful. If you're curious about why things are the way they are, there's a design.md. If you're curious more about the workflows, the CI, GitHub actions and whatnot, workflows.md. If you're interested in some third-party tooling, some crates, some other suggestions that the authors of this template have decided could be a good jump-off point, then check out tooling.md. And otherwise, we're left with the source directory. Well, source and assets are really the important ones. So assets has, for example, the duck that we saw alongside the splash screen.
Okay. Did it actually run? Oh, it's running. Where is it? Oh, this is the game. Okay. All right. Very cool game. Nice. All right. I really like the sprite in the animation. Cool.
Image and some audio, both long running and individual sound effects. I didn't play any of the sound effects for you, but you will hear them if you run it. There's also an index.html in the web folder alongside a script that you don't really need to pay attention to, but helps with running audio on the web. And then there's some basic CSS styles, which you can change if you're willing and able. If we look at the source directory, we've effectively got our main.rs, our lib.rs, and then a couple of folders, as well as a dev tools file. We'll start at the top and we'll start going down and in. The main.rs is our binary executable. This is what will be off. You'll see that you'll see the rs, the library, to our main.rs, which is the binary. Right off the bat, we'll see an app plugin. This is the core place where our app is configured. Now, this isn't necessarily a Bevy tutorial or a Rust tutorial. It's just to get you an overview of what is going on inside of this template. So right off the bat here, we've got a plugin implementation for app plugin, which is our main game plugin here. We're configuring sets for the update phase. This is app set, tick timers, record input, and update in order. That's what chain means. This is defined lower down in the file. So if you want to either remove this or add to it or split this out, you've got this app set, tick timers, record input, and update. This is...
I just realized I'm not even paying attention. All right, so this is what he's talking about. App step. Man, I need to learn how Bevy works. High level groupings of systems, the update schedule. Okay. There's this other thing called the Bevy cheat book. App set is okay. App set is a custom thing. It's kind of weird. It says app step here, and then it's called app set. I think that's a typo. if I try this. So I like about Bevy is it's all written in Rust and it's open source. So I hate when it does that. So if I like don't understand something, I can just click on it and look at it. Collection of system sets. Okay, I need to find out what's the system set. System set. There you go. System sets allow you to easily apply common properties to multiple systems. Oh, it's like a group of systems. Ordering and run conditions. Okay, it's like a group of systems. Okay. Oh, so this is... Oh, okay. So you can use any enum to group sets of systems. Where is this used? Stop it. Inset. This appears to be a way to mark a set, a system set. And it seems to be how you like reference a set of systems. Okay. All right. I think I understand this line. I sometimes get bored when I watch videos and I end up just looking at the code myself. Spawn the main camera. Let's see here. Stop doing that. There. Add one or more systems to the given schedule. Okay, so the first arg is a schedule. So it's adding spawn camera to startup schedule. Okay, so we have system sets and we have schedules. See if I can ordering. Schedules. Bevy manages all of your functionality behaviors for you. Man. Yeah, we unfortunately don't have the footage of Zelda Parallel Worlds either, so it's lost to time. Special parameter types. Whoa. That's a lot of parameter types. Okay. I guess I gotta read the basics. I mean, I already know the basics of how ECS works. I already. Don't care. This is like skipping the tutorials when you're playing a game. Subtract. Wait, this is the page I was just on. Okay. Exclusive systems. Let's get full direct access. I think I remember that. Okay, I'm gonna read this part on schedules. Schedules. A schedule is different than a system set. It says a collection of systems and the metadata and executor need to run them. Now I want to know what's the difference between a schedule and a system set. Run conditions. Within schedule systems. Okay, so a set is a subset of a schedule. Visualize the logical structure. Oh, okay. System name, footsteps. Oh man, the ordering. I'm worried that the ordering is going to get complicated. I mean, each way of like organizing code has strengths and weaknesses. With ECS, I mean, I did some ECS programming before, and I remember having systems execute in the right order was kind of annoying and difficult. I hope that they've improved that. Oh, list of systems, list of sets. Okay. So this is cool. I like ECS because it's so organized. Because one of the most annoying things, like when you're making a big game, is like keeping everything organized. And the idea of like putting everything like a system is basically logic. So you're organizing all of your logic like very structured. So that makes it very easy to keep track of. That's why I like it's like ECS is very modular. It's like you build it one piece at a time. Okay. These run conditions are kind of cool. These are the sets. Parent. Well, you can have sets and then you can have parent sets. I wonder if it goes on forever. In state main menu, in state in game. That's cool. I like that. Enemy AI runs after the player moves, not during cutscenes. Cool. Doesn't matter in what order systems are listed in the schedule. Metadata. Okay. I guess this is more like a learning Bevy stream. So no hypothetical game. Instead of playing audio, okay. Wow, it's so customizable. Put a mouse and controller and put in separate systems. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, it's very flexible. All right, now they're showing the code for that. This is the part I wanted to see. Configure sets. Update is the schedule. Oh, wait, is it? I don't remember. Schedule label. Okay, yeah. Update is the schedule. Yeah. So you run the menu if you're in the menu. I guess that means these run like during the update step. Wait, but this is also during update. Oops. Okay. I think that's enough of that. Oh, wait. There's also a separate page on schedules. I'm still a little confused on what a schedule is. So every system is added to a schedule. And once, oh, so these are, some of these are like, oh, these are like, for example, in Unity. Unity is the game engine that I know the best. The update schedule is basically on update. Startup is if you want the system to run once when the game starts. Okay, I think I'm starting to get it. But then you can add additional metadata. Run conditions, ordering dependencies. Oh, and so a system set is like a group within the schedule that you want that set of systems to like be treated as a group. Okay. Accessing system for. Okay, I just want to get the basics right now. Okay, it doesn't currently support adding or removing system. That's fine because they can be run conditionally. Yeah. Bevy has 3 foundational schedules. Oh. I mean, I guess the main one is the main one. So it has like all the stuff that I'm used to. Extract and render are only, okay. So I just have to look at the main schedule. These other ones are just for like, eventually the game is supposed to have like glitch effects. And at that point down the road, then I would need to use these schedules if I wanted like custom shaders or something. All right, I'm going to take a look at this main schedule in more detail. A meta schedule. You should not add any custom systems directly to main. All right, so these are the schedules that I need to learn if I want to have like fine control of how when things happen. Every loop once. All right, so probably startup is the only one I'm going to care about. Fixed time step is like in Unity, fixed update. Fixed first, pre-update, update, post-update. Cool, so you have a lot of, I mean, you have 5 different entry points in fixed update. Wait. Why does it say these are equivalents of the main subschedules when I don't see these same? Oh, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.